Oh, good evening. As you know, back in 2007, the city contracted with Heart of the Arts Incorporated to manage the operations of the 1912 Center, as well as do fundraising and push renovation projects. And for several years, we gave quarterly reports, and but as time has become more routine, we decided to go annual, and so this will be our first of just annual, pure annual. And so with that, I'll turn this over to their executive director, Jenny Kostroff, and she'll give you a 2015's rundown.
The scoop.
Thank you, Jenny.
Hello.
Hello.
This is so exciting. Now I can wake the whole thing up. Okay, so let's see. We've had a pretty good year this year, but I'm going to give you a scoop because Catherine has never experienced one of these as a council member, and so I can do that now.
I'm super excited.
Heart of the Arts is the group hired by the City of Moscow to run the 1912 Center, and we are enriching lives and creating community by operating and restoring the 1912 Center. It's a pretty big job. So we were hired in 2006 to start that, and we took over operations in 2007. This is our current board of directors. Jay Pengele is our president. Duncan Palmatier just joined us as our vice president this year. Tyson Rafferty works at Umpqua Bank, is now our treasurer, and Linda Paul took on the responsibility of secretary, and our directors are a full slate of wonderful folks from all over the community, and we are a full board of 13 this year, which is fantastic. It might be the first time we have all the spots filled. As we know, that's a challenge in our jobs. So to review on the fast track, because I think I've been given a, get it going, Jenny, program. 2008, we did the renovations to create the Fisk Room and the Arts Workshop spaces. It added $315,000 worth of value to the facility and opened those 2 new spots for the public. Then in 2009 and 2010, we started our construction project on the exterior of the facility, working from the west end, replacing those windows and repairing the bricks and the top cornice, and then went to the north side of the facility. And everybody has been asking me, why wouldn't we do the front of the building first? Well, this is why. We will be all done with the exterior work on the building at the end of this year, and we wouldn't have had that be the case if we had done the windows in front. Everyone would have thought we were all renovated, and they wouldn't have helped me with the fundraising. So we did this part first, and then that added $287,000 worth of value and 52 new windows to those sides of the facility in 2009 and 10. And then in 2011, we began the construction on the parking lot, and that started with creating a retaining wall around the back side of the facility along the parking lot. $16,000 worth of work that year, and then we continued fundraising to be able to complete the parking lot at the west end of the facility in 2012. And that was a partnership with the City of Moscow so that they could meet their code requirements for parking on site, and we could also be very happy with that result. And we added stairs that go down to Adams Street from the property, which is really great, and then the additional 15 parking spaces on the west end of the facility. And if you haven't come and parked on that side, it's a different experience to park on the west side versus the east side, because we get into habits with the building. If you are a regular user of the 1912 Center, try parking in a different spot, or ride your bike and try the other side's bike parking. And it's a different experience to come into the facility. That year, we also made changes to the entrance on the east end so that there was sidewalk coming in, so you wouldn't have a car, like the top picture, parked in the way of getting inside, which helped a lot. That was a $207,000 phase of construction, and again, that was a wonderful partnership with the City of Moscow. Elisa, she's fantastic. If I can only write grants like she does. We also did some wonderful kitchen upgrades as a part of that project, and that replaced the tile floor in the facility and got us a new hood and stove and double convection ovens, which has caused us to be really popular with the people that bake things in the community that would like to sell those at markets. It's very interesting. Having good ovens helps. 2013 was landscaping and lighting on that the west side of the property, and that got us our certificate of occupancy. So just like he talked about earlier about the trees being very important, we put our trees in, we got our plants in, and we lit it up, and then we could occupy properly. 2014 was our east end exterior work, and look how ugly it was to start. So ugly. And we fixed it all up. 22 windows went in this project, and it was wonderful grant support help from the Inland Northwest Community Foundation and Idaho Heritage Trust for those projects. It was $133,000. Now, we're still under contract with Pioneer Waterproofing on this same contract. We've just continued to add change orders, or add alternates. We've added our alternates, and so we're still under contract with them on the south side of the facility that faces 3rd Street, but this part of the project was $133,000. And there it is in progress with the windows, with the holes. I like that one. On the, let's see, is this a pointer? I don't know how to use these things. Oh, well. The second picture over on the top has all the windows out and all the windows brand new on top. And then at the bottom, they're all replaced and all the plastic is pulled off and they're done. So that was really exciting to see that get. There you go.
Huh?
Ooh, nice. You carry that on your keychain?
No, it's in my drawer.
It's in your bag of tricks. How to point at things. 2015. So we started our continuation on the construction project late in the year in 2015. We had done all of our fundraising to be able to do the work, and we're still maybe a few thousand shy on the windows. So if you'd like to adopt a window, please see me. But the windows, there are 32 windows that need to be replaced on the south side of the facility facing 3rd Street, and we've got those ordered. They will be coming in the next few weeks, and then it'll be magical. So I should probably just do a big old announcement before it happens so you can be like, wow, look what you've done. But they'll be doing the work on the south side of the facility once those windows are in, because they pulled off the project for weather, because you don't want to tuck point in between bricks and have the mortar stick when it's too cold. So all of those, the brick repair and that top cornice, that's that piece along the top that's really dark, Jim. There you go. And that's going to be all beautiful white again. It's getting a rust sealant on it, and it's going to be fantastic. So watch for that. I would say late April is when we should be seeing that happen. God, I'm so excited about it. I'm shaking. Okay. And in 2015, we replaced all of our lights. Now, I know everybody liked those ball lights that we had around the property, but they were not dark sky compliant. So we're lighting up the heavens, and so we said, nope, can't do that, especially at a city-owned facility. So we changed out that lighting. That was a Parks and Rec project that we facilitated and paid the little extra on, because the cost of the lights went up between when we thought about getting them and when we got them. So we helped pay for that a little bit. But that was mostly Parks and Rec. And then programming for 2015, this past year, we had our regular community art show. It was Funny Business last year, and we hosted a Penthouse Picnic fundraising dinner where we had 120 guests get to dine on the top floor of the facility at a picnic, and it was very well received. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. And then we hosted 4 free Plaza concerts on the patio, and you can see a picture of that from above. We had a board out that day, so I took a picture from up above. And we just finished our market season with 6 winter markets, and that finished up. And this is what the thing warned me. Spaces to Rent picture did not take It gave me a warning. It said something didn't work in your PowerPoint. Well, there it is. So imagine a beautiful party in the great room. Or imagine those hockey players that were here. The Squirts were over there having a party when we left to come down here. Jim and I were just up at the building, and the hockey Squirts were celebrating their season in the great room, having a really great time. But we do rent the great room space. We rent the kitchen with or without the great room. So you can add the kitchen to a great room rental, or you can rent it independently. It's tricky to rent it independently because we have so much great room use. The Fisk Community Room is a nice 30 plus, under 30 people event space, and the Arts Workshop space is an under 40 person event space. And Friendship Hall is like we call it decorated in late attic to early basement, but it is a hangout room that's great for those kid babysittings and other activities that come with other events in the facility, and it's also a space that we don't have to worry about a spill, so it's kind of nice. And then I will take questions, because there might be some. And plus, I was supposed to keep it speedy, right? So
It was speedy. It was
speedy.
good. I
Well,
feel caught up.
yeah,
Thank you.
sure.
Who has questions for Ginny?
Come on. Where's Walter when we need him?
I know it.
And he didn't send me any to ask either. So
He didn't?
He might have wanted to ask about gingerbread, but I don't know.
Yeah, but the gingerbread's all taken care of now. Walter calls the balustrade above the doors gingerbread, and I think it's an appropriate title for it. It is very lacy.
I know you could talk about the 1912 sign that you've been doing presentations around the commission.
I haven't presented that to council yet, so you don't get to hear about that yet. So too bad. It's coming.
Okay.
Coming attractions. We are working on a monument sign on the property, and I will be presenting that to council at a later date because I don't want to mix my things.
Good thinking.
I also have to renew with you guys this year, so I'm going to do that at another date too. Da 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 da.
Well planned political strategy there.
I do the informational part first, and then I get into the brass tacks later.
Well, thank you. Nobody has any questions? Thanks, Ginny. It's always a pleasure to hear from you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, I move that we accept the HAI 2015 annual report on the 1912 Center.
Second that.
Jim seconds. So, your
Aye.
turn. Aye.
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 So it's all accepted.